A family SUV with the heart of a savage beast. This 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk just rolled off the recovery trailer carrying a total disaster in its front end. At first glance, the entire impact was absorbed by the front left side, completely obliterating the front suspension. The wheel was left dangling by nothing but the strut, totally disconnected from the steering system. The force of the crash even traveled up into the steering rack, leaving the wheel spinning uselessly in midair. The only saving grace here? The odometer reads just 19,000 miles, meaning the chassis and engine were practically brand new before that fateful moment. Lee Carter rolled the SUV into the shop and immediately began surgical dissection. Off went the hood and the left fender, revealing the hidden nightmares underneath. The radiator and cooling mounts were shattered into pieces, and the CV axle was completely ripped out and separated. Every single salvageable part here is a gold mine that will save thousands on the final repair bill. After stripping the front end and pulling the entire cooling module, the biggest setback appeared. The ABS module mounting brackets were snapped in half, and the cooling fan had officially seen its last days. The next move was reviving the completely dead electrical system, but the truck refused to show any signs of life. The start button was unresponsive, and the brake lights at the back wouldn't even flash. After diving deep into the wiring diagrams, the entire mystery traced back to the ABS module, which had short-circuited during the crash. The moment a replacement electronic board was hooked up to the ABS pump, the entire electrical system woke up. One press of the start button and the beast roared to life with a spine-chilling supercharger whine that shook the entire shop. When they hoisted the Jeep up to check the drivetrain, they noticed the rear left wheel wasn't sitting straight. The impact had actually traveled all the way to the back, bending the rear control arm, which they quickly swapped out for a fresh unit. Moving to the interior, the cabin was a total minefield of blown airbags. The dashboard and center console were destroyed, with their mounting points completely shattered. The dealership wanted a staggering $4,000 just for a bare dashboard skin, prompting a much smarter executive decision, sending the seatbelts out for rebuild to save costs, and custom building a brand new high-end dash skin that looks significantly better than stock. To guarantee this rig is 100% safe on the road, Lee Carter decided the only right way forward was cutting out the mangled front frame rails and welding in a flawless donor front end. To dodge the dealership's ridiculous $20,000 parts catalog, he bought a second crashed Jeep from the auction for the exact same price, clean in the front, hit in the rear. He took every single bracket, module, and subframe he needed and planned to list the donor's engine on eBay for $10,000 to recoup half his money. The heavy lifting began. The engine and transmission were dropped completely out of the bottom to clear out working room, and the electric bandsaw came out to slice away the damaged frame rails down to the exact millimeter. After grinding down and prepping the old weld seams, the fresh subframe was bolted up to serve as a perfect alignment jig. The new frame rail section was locked into place, and precision measuring tools were used to verify that the alignment was dead on, with zero offset before laying down professional, heavy-duty welds. Once the Jeep rolled back from the paint shop rocking a jaw-dropping new color, the real madness started. Lee Carter couldn't just leave it stock. He decided to drop in a brand new Dodge Demon crate engine paired with a highly efficient, compact, yet significantly more powerful upgraded supercharger. The stock camshafts were pulled in favor of high-performance aftermarket cams that retain the VVT system for variable valve timing. After sealing up the valve covers, a set of massive fuel injectors went in to feed the insane horsepower numbers this setup is bound to make. The final surprise hit while buttoning up the all-wheel drive system. He noticed the driveshaft had a strange wobble to it. Upon tearing it down, he discovered the internal bearings were completely crushed and pulverized by the sheer force of the crash pushing back on the drivetrain. A brand new replacement assembly was ordered for $300 to ensure the Jeep drives smooth without a single hint of vibration. They swung the terrifying power plant right back into its home, torquing down the subframe mounts, the torque converter bolts, and hooking up the custom performance headers and exhaust. Inside, the custom-wrapped dashboard, screens, and console went back together, and the shredded wiring harness on the driver's side was meticulously spliced back to life. The family monster was officially whole again. On just the second turn of the key, the modified Demon engine fired right up, filling the entire neighborhood with an aggressive, terrifying idle. The build is officially 90% complete, and the next stop is getting this absolute monster strapped down to the dyno to see exactly what kind of numbers it lays down.